Hello everyone, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to talk about remaining strong against criticism. I actually wrote up a script for this video, which I usually don't do, but I feel like I had to plan out the ideas because this is a very important topic and I need to get across what I'm trying to say. At the end, I will expand upon what I write here. Remaining strong against criticism. We believe what we see, feel, hear, taste, touch, and smell is reality. We human beings may experience these things, but that does not make them reality. Our senses are flawed. We know that we cannot see oxygen, but it is there. That we cannot smell the chemicals in our soil, but they are there. That we cannot touch the earth and feel it spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, but it does. Though there is one sense that is reality, at least for us, all the time: feeling. Our emotions create a personal environment in which no one else can measure the qualities but ourselves. What we feel is always subjective, and thus our own realm to oversee. It is important to know that all other senses are flawed except for the sense that can never be if we are honest to ourselves. Thus we have a realm all our own, but most of us think that what we feel can be dictated by how others treat us. This is hard to change, but ultimately folly. The reins of our inner dimension is ours to control. Nothing external can, nor should, happen without being subject to your power of personal veto. Yet few people on this earth meet the man at the doorstep, instead leaving the door wide open for anybody to come into our personal realm of feeling. It is not that we should shut those close to us, our family or friends, out. It is simply that we must learn to consider other people's statements dispassionately if they are coming from a stance of judgment. We can consider the stance of other people and not dismiss it without being affected by it. Siddhartha Gautama, Shakyamuni Buddha, once said, "If you are hurt, it is because you are hurtable." That statement has always struck, very close to my heart because it stayed with me throughout both my YouTube career and my writings, which I display on personal media in a number of forms. As an axiom, it has been effective, and in our own lives, this can be applied as well. I see many people on social media or friends that tell me in person that what somebody said has been hurtful to them, and now they are depressed. The best advice I can and always give is twofold. One, give the person the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you misunderstood them, or they were having a bad day. If one is very possible, then it is likely to be the case. And two, if it is directed at you and designed to hurt you, then that person's statement should be addressed with a value for your own dignity and a dispassionate analysis of what they said. They may sound easy or difficult, but here is how to make it easier. Think on your own position and who you are. No one can do this for you. Truly understand yourself as a person, and this may mean realizing you are wrong sometimes. But know yourself and why it affected you before responding. Only the true you can surmount every obstacle. So now I'm going to share, what I've been through as far as other people judging me and me dealing with it. In my many years ago in middle school, I was bullied quite a bit. Anything anybody said really hurt me, and people could see that, so they kept on doing it. This shouldn't be considered as something that's abnormal. This is what a lot of times happen when people are developing a conscience, but it's not fully developed yet. The conscience takes time to develop, but my sensitivity was very heightened. It always has been, as an empath, as a very spiritual person. And the way that I took it in my earlier years was I just got fed up enough to the point where I was willing to fight, and then people stopped messing with me. However, what I learned is later on is that all I had to do was to show that it didn't really affect me, and to not allow the words that people were saying to affect me. Now, jumping forward many years, I shared quite a bit on my YouTube videos, whether it be about mental illness, whether it be my own spiritual identity, and different combinations that make up my spiritual identity, or what's going on with me as a person. And every now and then I will get some very judgmental comments or judgmental feedback. And the crazy thing is, on YouTube it's actually reduced quite a bit, but I found on Reddit, which I just started getting into, I get a lot more judgment. So I got enough followers on YouTube, and I've established myself well enough to where I actually don't attract trolls. Plus, the few that I get, just delete the comments. On Reddit, it's a whole new landscape. And I wouldn't necessarily want to delete the comments that were just negative, because there's a lot of idea sharing on Reddit. But after learning everything that I've learned and knowing who I am, and really being able to respond through the true me, people's responses on Reddit don't really affect me. Now, when we look at, my personal life, if somebody says something that I don't like, or they say something offhand that was a little bit annoying, it's very easy for me to drop it at this point. I know who I am, I know where I come from, and I have a high standard of personal dignity that is maintained regardless of what anybody says. That's the same kind of reality you have to bring into your own mental space. Have a respect for your own dignity. Develop that dignitas, as the Romans might say, to where you're willing to defend yourself, but you also are not assaulted, you are not harmed emotionally, mentally, by what somebody says, because you understand yourself and you have a good comprehensive confidence. You have to have a comprehensive confidence on every part of yourself. Know who you are emotionally, you can say physically, mentally, spiritually, as far as your personal identity when it comes to culture. Know who you are, and you have this fortress that is protected on all sides that nobody can assail unless you let them in. And the people that you let in, then just let them come in and let them see who you truly are, and don't close off to them. But for everybody else who's trying to assault your fort, just be dispassionate. You can still say who you are, still stand by what you believe, but just be dispassionate towards them. If somebody you know and love, has something to say to you that you feel like you need to address, understand, and really kind of allow into your own mental space, then be sure to take down that dispassionate barrier and really become passionate and engage with that person on that passionate level. Another point that I'd like to make is you need to find support amongst the people to help you improve. You need to surround yourself with people that reinforce you as an individual, who don't expect you to become like them, don't expect you to become just a mirror image of who they are, but accept you as you are, even if you're different. Surround yourself with people like that, and when it comes to family, explain to your family exactly who you are, and say that they have to either accept this or you just won't like me, because we can't really get rid of family, but so that's why you have to make it so plain. But no matter what area this might have hit home on, remaining strong against criticism, honestly, it's a personal art. These methods that I'm talking about, very useful, very important, but it is a personal art. It's one that only you can fashion in your own life, and one that only you can propagate and continue to propagate, learn in, expand as you move forward as an individual in your life. Do not be afraid of yourself or what people will think of yourself. Become who you truly feel like you need to be, who you want to be. Sadhguru once said, an intelligent person will do what they love, and a genius will do what is needed. This doesn't, only the intelligent part applies here. The genius part is a little bit different. But an intelligent person will do what they love. They will be the kind of person that they love to be. Um, the genius part is that, you know, when you're helping other people, or when you reach that stage to where you're doing what you love, you use that to help other people. And then it actually allows humanity to become more individualistic and accepting of itself and being able to propagate itself without worrying about these social judgments. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. At any rate, I hope this has been informative. I hope that it's been useful. I hope that the visuals really have made you engaged. I hope that my whole reason for putting the visuals that I did was to make you really feel like you're engaged with yourself, or have kind of a mirror to the different parts of yourself. Let me know how I did on that. At any rate, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, shoot them down in the comment section on YouTube. I try to get to every comment. If you want to support me on Patreon and just give like $1 a month and really support the channel, every dollar helps. Go to www.patreon.com/darkrealist. Capital D, capital R. And of course, you can also contact me on Facebook if you want to have a personal dialogue with me at www.facebook.com/hunter.salazar. And now you can donate and you can contact me. You can contact me regardless, even if you don't donate. But I want to help as many of you as possible. Try to deal with this issue that I dealt with for a long time, and I'm still dealing with. I just have a much better way of dealing with it now than I did in the past. At any rate, I hope to see all of you on my channel, and I hope that you find yourselves.